What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. This is hashtag them dragons, where we're bringing you the latest and talking the greatest of House of the Dragon, that hot D. I'm your host, Lord Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by my co-host, Mara, the motherfucking shark Watkins. How you doing, Mara?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing just fine. And I believe we're joined by somebody else today. Who else is here?
We are joined by the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden, Matt Ritter.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing all right, I guess. Hi, J-Dog. Thanks for coming through.
Well, that was the finale. I guess I'll start off by asking y'all how you felt. You know, what are your feelings on this hour and a half long trailer for season 3?
I have my hour and a half back.
Yeah,
We could have ended it last episode.
Yeah.
Like, you're only going to give me 8 fucking episodes, and this is going to be your finale. You can kiss my ass and just end it on the last episode. At least the last episode did something. Like, something happened. Like, that felt like the end.
Mm-hmm.
This was a waste of an hour and a half.
The whole episode was something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. The episode ended. It'll happen next season.
Fuck off. Fuck off. I was so pissed.
They
And
said you get a conversation.
I knew it was going to happen. I started when the episode started. I'm like, I got a bad feeling like we're not going to get shit this episode, and I'm going to be pissed. And I waited, and I'm pissed.
My thing was, I thought the same thing, but I thought we were at least going to get Rhaena claiming her dragon. Like, I thought we were going to at least get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was underwhelmed is not the right word. And pissed isn't the right word, because I wasn't quite pissed either. I was hot D. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. You know,
Mara, you might, I don't know, but you probably won't be able to commiserate with this reference. But it's like when you've had one too many drinks, Travis, but you still try and take a girl home, even though you know it's not going to work. You still hope it's going to work, and then it doesn't.
I've heard about that happening before. I'm not like trying to do this whole thing where you're just like, oh, dick works no matter what. That's not true. Alcohol has just never had that effect on me. That particular thing has never happened. Whiskey dick has never been a thing. There have been other things that have, caused issues with me not being able to, do what I thought I was going to do. But alcohol is not the
easiest analogy.
Oh, I know. I get the analogy. I 100% get the analogy. I've experienced it for other reasons. It's just alcohol has never been one of those reasons.
So yeah, this episode was whiskey dick. That's what this episode was.
Yeah. Very much so.
Did it feel like this? Hold.
What am I holding? Oh, okay.
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
Yeah.
Hungry for nothing.
And
And I don't want to say I feel that way about the entire season.
You what?
But the way it ended, it kind of makes me feel like that was what this season was. A whole lot of nothing. Like, we got the dragon seed getting dragons. Like, that's the gist of this season. Because the whole thing was when last season ended, like, yeah, time for war now, nigga. Let's go. And then the next season started and we didn't go. Like, it was just like we got one battle. And it really was just Rhaenys and Meleys, doing their thing. And nobody else did a damn thing. They spent the whole season on an acid trip at Harrenhal. Rhaenyra spent the whole season arguing with her own people in the castle.
And her kid.
And her kid later on, because we'll talk about his bitch ass later on. But, yeah, it just whole season long build to nothing. We're basically, like I said, we're basically in the same place we were at the end of last season. Only difference is the Dragon Seed have dragons, and Aegon's dick is burnt up.
Yeah. I mean, Mario, I feel like we didn't really let you say, like, you feel the same way, right? Or
Yeah.
okay.
This episode felt like it's kind of like how I felt when we were still watching The Flash. And like it was 3 episodes away from like the finale, and they decided to add more story to it. Like
Instead of wrapping it up, yeah.
Yeah, like they were adding more aspect to like their lives, and it was like, no. You got 3 more hours to wrap this shit
to
up.
land this plane, bruh. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Don't do this. Don't start adding aspects to like your story and character development when you're about to end forever. That's kind of what this episode felt like, only it was the end of that season.
Yeah.
I'm mad because for the episodes that I have been on, I feel like I have unfairly graded all of these episodes now based on the finale looking back, because I feel like I was grading them on a future promise that never came to be. Like, this is setting up for something, so I'm going to give it a higher grade than it probably really deserved. Because in all honesty, and if you've been watching the show, you understand my take on Titties and Dragons. Pretty much every episode, except for maybe 1 or 2 in there, should have got no better than 2 dragons out of 5, in my opinion. But off the good grace of where I thought we were going, we were dropping 4s.
Yeah.
4.5s. And we didn't get there. So I retroactively want to take all that shit back. The only episode, in my opinion, that gets 4, the 2 episodes, the one where fucking Vhagar blew up Aegon's dick, 4 dragons.
I love how that's like the takeaway for this whole thing is that Aegon's dick is burned up. Like, it's just, that's the thing. The fact that he made sure to let us know that.
And the only other episode is the last episode where the Dragon Sea got their dragons.
Yeah.
Other than that,
like, I'm looking back and I do feel like last episode was the only actual good episode of the season.
Except for the battle with Vhagar and Melees.
Right. And even that one, I don't even know if that was necessarily a good episode. It was just better than the other ones.
Oh, it was the one that had the dragon battle.
Yeah, yeah. I get it.
Did they tell you that?
We told you that. If you didn't know, we'll tell you. His dick is all burnt up. Just
like a sausage. It just
it burst into flames like a sausage on a spit. And here's the thing. At first, I said this jokingly when I was like, "Yep, there's the hot D moment of the week." But then I'm like, looking at the rest of the episode, I'm like, nothing else really good happened. I think that is the hot D moment of the week for me.
Someone said, yes, Aegon, that's exactly what your rapist ass deserves. Because someone wanted to point out that Shorty from who works in the bar, that's kind of her redemption.
Yeah.
Even though it's third party.
The only other thing I'll give this episode,
hot D, you get it,
is Daemon getting jizzed on by the tree and having an acid trip to see Daenerys in the future,
and
everything to come. Like, that was cool because that like made him. But again, he spent all season again in a haunted house on acid, amassing an army that we didn't get to see him even use.
Yeah,
she spent all season trying to find riders for a dragon to go to war that she didn't even use.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, we about to head down. We gonna wreck some shit. We're gonna get all this together. Let's go in 2 days. Let's go." And then they didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I was
Allison comes to like, "Yo, like in 3 days' time, you come to King's Landing." Like, all right, cool. In 3 days' time, that's all. Let's everybody get ready. Let's go. All right, we're done. It's over. Nope, that's all you're getting. Like,
dude, it's bullshit. It really is bullshit.
Yeah.
I would have been much happier if the Dragon Seed got their dragons, then that's how we ended it. Then giving me an hour and a half of fucking nothing.
I think, it could have just ended last week. with them getting their dragons, Reyna running off into the veil, looking for the dragon. Like,
Yeah. And then, you know, Rhaenyra standing on Dragonstone, looking out with the dragons behind her and all that kind of. That's a cold shot to end on right there. That would have been it. That could have been it for the season, and we'd have been okay. I'm not gonna say we'd have been okay with that. We'd have been better with that than the way this episode ended.
Yep.
The opening scene of this episode perfectly describes the way I feel about this episode, because we literally open up with Aemond on his dragon looking at a burning city, knowing he burnt the city, but we didn't even get to see the city get burnt.
Nope.
You couldn't even give me the dragon wrecking shit. Like you cut past the fun shit to him just looking at a burning city.
Aemond couldn't roll up on Team Ray Ray, so he burned another village.
Yeah.
Hate to see.
Yeah, he's a fucking toddler. Throwing a fit. Like, that's what he is. All right, we gave our overall thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into the plot of this shit.
What plot?
It feels like Matt was already jumping into it.
Let's get into it. You know what? I'll give him this. This stuff is interesting. You talked about the Aemond thing already, so I'll move past that. But we go over to Essos, and Tyrion Lannister is over there with them. Like, yo, I need ships. And they're like, this is how much gold we want for the ships. Like, nigga, I ain't got that much gold. And they're like, well, then we want the stepstones. And he's like, shit. I mean, I guess I'm gonna get in trouble though. But they told me to get the ships, so I got to get the ships. So fuck it. All right, you can have the stepstones if we win. Probably gonna die before this happened anyway. I don't give a shit. Like, that's kind of, I can see what's going through his head. Like, yo, I'm probably not gonna make it out of this shit alive anyway. Who gives a fuck? All right,
He's
whatever.
Trying to find the lesser evil.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, well, one more thing though. You know, they all answer to this commander, and they're not gonna go if this commander don't go. And in walks the commander, and I don't know what her name is. Did y'all catch her name?
Oh my god, they said it, and I have forgotten.
It's probably George. Is it George?
You do realize this entire season I haven't known anyone's name.
When I say, do y'all remember their name? I
You mean
100% mean Mara. Like,
okay, fair.
It's this is a shorthand we have. She knows. I never know somebody's name. I depend on her to know the names because I'm not.
I was calling that dragon Vermouth all episode. Travis kept correcting me. It was still Vermouth by the end of it. I'm basically her because she couldn't get Tylan's name right all season. I'm like, I was vibing with her when she showed up.
I mean, to be fair, do you give a damn what his name is?
Not really, no.
Yeah. So
the commander?
Yeah.
That's a woman.
Yes.
No, we were talking
about two different things just now. Yeah, we moved on. We were talking about Lannister at this point when we were
talking about how she wasn't calling Tylan. She was calling him Tywin and Timon and everything.
She kept getting his name.
Do we give a fuck about his name?
To be fair, do you care what Lannister's name is either? And he's like, no, I know.
He's just Lannister.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I know him as that Lannister dude.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they want the stepstones. Like, all right, gotta, convince her. And she's like, I'm not gonna answer to anybody who can't best me. And he like, best me at what? And then she smiles. I'm like, come on, gonna find later on it's mud wrestling. And I'm a little disappointed the mud wrestling wasn't naked, but hey.
I guess I'll wait till we get there. I got a whole thing for the next time we see them.
Yeah. Then we got Larys. He's in goes to see Aegon after Aegon convinces the maester to give him some rum. And you know what? I get it, bro. Like, everything you went through, you deserve a fucking drink. Like, 100% deserve a fucking drink. You're a little shit, but after everything you went through, you deserve to have a damn drink. And you're like, but I'm like, no, fuck that. Give me some damn rum. I'm with it. Larys comes in. He's like, yo, listen, my nigga, like, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Like,
we gotta go.
Yeah.
From one cripple who can walk to one whose leg is still propped up we got to get out of here.
Yeah. So we couldn't find out all the time he's been pushing to get him stronger and all that kind of stuff. It's like, because you need to be able to move so we can get the fuck up out of here, because your brother's gonna kill you, and if he doesn't, Rhaenyra gonna come in here and kill you. We got to get the fuck up out of here. And this is when he goes and says, like, yo, I'm all fucked up, like, the whole thing that we showed earlier. He said his dick burnt up, and yeah.
It's never not gonna be funny.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll be honest. I chuckled.
Because the thing is, like, me and Kate both laughed out loud because, like, we don't feel bad for him. Like, he's not like,
exactly, because
it's not unfortunate. Yeah, it's not unfortunate circuit. Like, yeah, it sucks that you lost your dick, but I mean, you weren't doing good things with it anyway. So, like,
sucks to suck.
A lot.
Whole flowers in the attic situation. I bet your sister's happy that you don't have a dick no more.
Mm-hmm. We got Rhaena. She's still out looking for that dragon. What's the one that's still out there?
It doesn't have a name. It's an unclaimed dragon. Well, I think I found a name for it.
No, it's not unclaimed, but it has a name. Fuck.
Do I still have that note? I might still have that note.
Because I knew, and now I don't remember.
Silverwing?
Yes.
No.
That's Ulf's dragon.
Gray Ghost. Cannibal.
True.
Where'd you get those from, Google? Cannibal and Gray Ghost and Sheep Stealer.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the three. It's probably Sheep Stealer because it was.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Sheep Stealer is who Rhaena's going after. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what we're asking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was still looking for this other woman's.
Listen, Mara, my favorite part of the podcast is when you catch up to us.
That's what it's like when I'm walking with Chris too. It's kind of like he gets to a curb and I'm like, slow down. Me just like clap it, like my feet just clapping on the floor just as I'm trying to run and catch up. So yeah.
How tall is he?
6 even.
Oh, okay. I knew he was taller than me. I'm like, how tall is he? I judge everybody by how tall or short they are compared to me. So if you're shorter than me, you're short. If you're taller than me, you're tall. That's how it works.
I know that
average.
I can.
Exactly. We're right at the average. So it's just, yeah.
Captain Lohar. That's all I'm finding. Lohar.
Sure.
I thought it was Lohan. And I now remember because I was like, I wonder if she knows Lindsay. But maybe it was Lohar. But I swear she said
it's
Lohan.
It's spelled like Lohar, but the pronunciation in Essos might be different from what we would say.
Now, I do not. Now that you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder if she knows Lindsay.
She might.
Thought it was Lohan.
Well, also like the internet liked her too.
Yes, Tommy, Lindsay Lohan.
Where is that clip?
She was my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Great. Like I was like, wait, another bright spot. And I was like, yeah, Essos. That was interesting stuff.
I have it right here. Kind of forgetting which tweets are videos and which are screenshots. Welcome back, Brienne of Tarth. And it was like, yeah, it was giving such Brienne vibes.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I'd argue when the mud was off her face, she was slightly more attractive than Brienne of Tarth, but you know.
I feel you.
Okay.
I don't think Brienne of Tarth liked women though. So
I was gonna I've got something for that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a bit. But let's go back to Dragonstone. Jace walks in on Ulf and the hammer. What's the
Hugh
Hammer?
Hugh Hammer.
Yeah.
He sounds like he belongs in the MCU. Just think of it that way.
Why'd you pause, Mar? What?
Because I was like really mad.
You should not be surprised at this point.
That's
I'm pretty sure his middle name starts with a D. Huge Hammer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the name Hugh does have a G in it. That's how he pronounces it. Actually, it's like Hugh G is actually his name, not Hugh.
G Hammer.
Yeah,
that's his. his street name.
Yeah. But anyway, Jace walks in on, Huge Hammer and Ulf. And Ulf has his feet up on the table and shit, talking all this shit. Jace walks in like, yo, take your feet off the table, bro. Like, what are you? And he was like, well, yeah, what makes you think that? To be fair, Ulf is disrespectful as fuck. However, Jace is still a little shit, and I still don't like him right now. Like,
I was also torn. I was like, I get it. Like, you're the prince. This is your shit, and some rando just walks in your house and kicks his feet up on the table, drinking your drink and shit, and then is talking to you like you're nobody. He doesn't even know who the fuck you are, and you're the prince. I get it, but also kind of fuck you.
Yeah, it's still like it's still fuck you. Like, it's one of those where you're like, I still don't like you. Like, you have a point, but fuck you. It's kind of like sometimes, Matt, when, we're still watching old WCW stuff right now, when you hear Ric Flair talking,
Yep.
Because it's just certain times we're just like, yeah, you're right, but fuck you. Just like, the problem is the messenger right now. Now, Rhaenyra had came in there and said, yo, get your feet off my table. Act like you got some fucking respect, like she does later on. That's acceptable.
Tommy, that's not how names work, bro.
No, it's not at all. Like
you are not.
If that was the case, if that was the case, Matt Riddle would be Matt's long lost cousin.
Fuck you.
Jace looking at Ulf with his feet on the table, like
this mother.
But hey, Huge Hammer was there to set some shit straight.
Yeah, basically constantly like Prince, my bad. Like his bad. Like, I know he ain't shit. He don't know. He don't know. Don't chop his head off. Like,
telling the stairs that they cut from the same cloth. Stop touching me, broke ass bitch.
He was like extra presumptuous because it's just like, yo, why are you trying to hug me right now, dude? Like, didn't nobody tell you to touch me?
That was crazy. Like, he went to touch his hair and everything.
We appreciate it, Tommy.
Thank you.
But anyway, that whole shit goes down.
He also kind of mentioned, like, in the way he said it, how Jace's like she said, the hair and shit, like, pointed out, like, oh yeah, you don't look like a Targaryen either. Like, and that is his biggest sore spot, is the fact that he didn't want to be compared to commoners like you. And here you are, just being like, look, we're the same. And
you could tell, like, his blood was on fire.
He hated it. He hated it so much, and I thought it was very funny. But at the same time, though, all was being disrespectful as fuck. Like, it's just.
I feel like something similar happened in Germany back in the mid 1900s.
You might be right. You might be right. Hopefully, Jace doesn't, decide to exterminate anybody.
He is trying to instill a leadership of all white people with, well, I guess not white people, but white hair and bluish eyes. Yeah. And he doesn't fit the mold.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't go that route. Then we got Rhaenyra talking to Corlys. They have a little conversation. The main takeaway here, though, is Corlys renamed his ship, called the Queen Who Never Was, after Rhaenys. And I'm like,
about time. Put some respect on your woman's
one
name.
time for Rhaenys.
Rhaenyra also tells him, hey, this kid from your crew, kind of cool. Like, what do you know about him? How much do you know about him? He's like, not much. Never really had the privilege.
Yeah,
but I should.
He's one of my folks,
That's too bad. And I feel like that led to a conversation he had later that didn't go so well for him.
Yeah.
He straight up
note about, like, talks about leaving. Who talked about leaving?
Helena and Allison.
Was that here? Yeah, I think that was here.
There was so much jumping around and shit going on.
Yeah, somehow
Around this
my
time.
notes got moved around. I see what happened here. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. So we got Sir Alfred down in Harrenhal, the one that Rhaenyra sent down to check on Daemon, and he's telling Daemon like, "Yo, you can just like you got all these folks behind you. You can just make your own claim. You know they'll all back you because that's what we really need right now. Because honestly, if we're gonna be real right now, like Rhaenyra's cool, but she has a vagina. All right,
Right.
Like." We can't have nobody with a vagina in charge, right? Like,
Yo, he had like the way they had him deliver that shit to have people kind of just like and it's just like I know he's about to say some out of pocket shit. I know he's about to say some stupid sexist shit. And then he said, what we really need is, I was going to say order and justice and some smiles and some money. And he was like a king. And I was like, not that.
Yeah, we need somebody in charge with a penis.
It's just
The
like
people that need to hear this are probably not listening to this episode. However, or they probably were with Sir Alfred when he did this. But do you see how shady it looks when you say that we need a cock in charge? We can't trust the like. Did you guys see how bad and weaselly and shitty he looked making the claims that he did? Because some of y'all are doing it still in 2024.
Yeah, but all of them are Team Green, so it's just
yeah. Like I said before,
That's why I said the people that need to hear it aren't.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Those people are Team Green.
Right. I know.
Telling you always can tell. You always know.
Yeah. But yeah, back to King's Landing though. We got Allison talking with Helena, and she was just Helena's like, "Yo, why all the people hate us? Like, what the fuck I do?" And she was like, "Yo, everything sucks, and we're the ones in charge, so they blame us for it." Like, but we ain't do the shit. Like, yeah, but you supposed to fix it, and you ain't fixing it, so they hate us. It's just that simple. Like, you're the one in charge. You're supposed to take care of this shit. If you're not taking care of the shit, the people are gonna be mad. That's kind of how it works. It's the old saying, heavy is the crown, my nigga. Like, it's what it is. Like,
they hate us because they hate us.
It was something, I forgot who it was that I heard this from. He was like, it might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. And it's one of those things, like a lot of times things will come up like, yeah, it's not your fault this happened, but it's still your responsibility to fix it. It happens all the time to people who's just like, yo, this is the situation. You didn't cause it, but it's on you to fix it. And it's just that simple. And if you're not fixing it, the people who look to you are going to be upset. But she also was like, yo, listen, my daughter, who I love dearly, how about, we just get the fuck up out of here. Like, it's just like, we can just go, What you think?
She's like, I went outside and I touched grass and it felt great.
I went swimming and everything with my dress on, like
we just had to bring that back up.
Then Aemon walks in and he's like, strutting in here. Helena, get on your dragon. Let's go. And she's like, I don't want to get on the dragon. And he's like, get on the dragon and try to grab the dragon out there. Get on the dragon and fight these niggas because we gonna get our ass kicked if you don't. So come on. She's like, I don't wanna. And it was a whole thing. Allison comes in like, yo, leave her alone. She's not trying to hop on no dragon. You chill the fuck out. You being a little bitch right now, and I ain't got time for your bitch assery. All right.
Everyone was like, keep your hands off Helena, Aemon.
Yeah. For real.
That definitely needs a comma.
Yes.
Yeah, because who was Helena Aemon?
That's what I was.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, I know.
When I read it in my head, I was like, "That's not her last name."
Yeah. But Twitter's not the place you go for proper grammar, man.
Yeah,
I understand.
was like, it's Twitter.
I'm there all the time. I understand.
I know. It bothers me too, but
and I'm probably guilty of it a lot as well. I get it.
But usually it's just because you forget, not because you don't know.
Yeah.
There's a difference
way
there.
too fast. Yeah.
There's certain ones who are just like, oh, you don't know any better, and that's a problem. Like you should have paid more attention. But yeah, that whole thing goes down. But then we go out we just out in the woods right now.
Wait,
What's up?
I had another tweet.
Oh, you got another tweet. Show the tweet.
Because Eamon was going off when Allison intervened, saying like how their whole bloodlines get all sullied up. And then Twitter was like, it's like this.
It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
That's so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
They were giving the Kim Kardashian stupid argument. No one wants to work.
You have to surround yourself with people who want to work so that you don't have to.
So you don't have to.
They'll do all the work for you.
Whew, boy.
This one's a doozy.
Yeah. So you got any more before we go out to the woods, Mar?
No.
Okay. So we go out to the woods. And this is the moment where I'm just like, I never thought that I'd be like, at one point, you goddamn right, Cece. But nothing was more satisfying to me or just funnier to me that I can think of off the top of my head than when Gwen basically tells, Kristen Cole, stop fucking my sister. And Cece
I'm gonna fuck you up.
But Cece just kind of went like, nah.
I also love how he's like, but you're a gold cloak. Your fellow
gold cloaks are
white,
the city guard. Yeah.
Your fellow men, they're chased. He's like, are they though?
Yeah, like you really think that? Do you really think that?
Are you sure about that? Also, your sister wanted to fuck me.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. Where I'm just like, you goddamn right, CC. Like this whole time, it was so funny to me because that's what happened. He pulled his sword on him and shit. He's like, you fucking my sister, bro. You used to quit that shit. I'll send you to the wall. And he was like, you could, but you're not gonna do it because then she gonna be shamed and all that kind of stuff. So honestly, ain't shit you can do. I'm gonna keep fucking your sister, dude. Like,
I want to do because I like doing that shit.
Yeah, and she likes it too. That's why she keeps coming back.
King's dead and I'm single.
The internet
I didn't do anything wrong.
Or hashtag Hot D was not having it. Someone was like, me watching Kristen Cole declare his love for Allison or some shit just makes me want to jump on a sword.
For me, it was that meme when the worst person you know makes a good point.
Yeah. Me when I see Kristen Cole, see crusty Kristen Cole and him saying his desire for women ruined him.
I'm okay.
Literally gonna get violent.
No, I'm okay.
Literally gonna get violent.
Hey, I get that one now because I watched that show.
Yeah.
What show is that?
Euphoria.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Travis, if you haven't watched it, I guarantee you it's like an entertaining 2 seasons.
Listen, right now I don't have the time.
I know.
There are more titties in the first episode of the second season than the entirety of House of the Dragon.
I hear you, but Brick Brother's on right now, so
I understand. Big Brother's on. I get it.
And if I'm, and also other things have come out that have gotten my attention. Like I just binged all of Batman Cape Crusader, and I highly recommend it. By the way,
okay,
gives me shades of Batman the animated series back in the day. Got the same style and all that kind of stuff. I don't like his bat suit, but anyway, we're not here for that. We'll talk about that on Fish Conversation.
So fast.
I mean, I'd much rather talk about Batman Cape Crusader right now than this episode, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I know.
We go back over to Essos, though.
There we go.
The episode gets interesting again.
I was just going to say, just get us to Essos, and then we can talk about whatever the fuck you want. All right.
Yeah. We get mud wrestling, people. Like when she said you not gotta best me, I was not expecting mud wrestling. Were either of you expecting mud wrestling?
I expected a
No.
duel.
Yeah, I did too. I 100% expected a duel.
Well, I figured it wouldn't be like a death kind of thing.
Oh
Since
yeah, I didn't expect it to be to the death, but it was
yeah, like something where like he died. I was just like, this is probably gonna be something embarrassing though.
Why are you?
You have to get to the point, and then I can tell you a story. So I'm waiting for you to get to the point.
Oh,
Okay. But anyway, they're mud wrestling. The back and forth happened. Eventually, he decides he got to actually fight her because she's like whooping my ass. I can't fight her like I'm scared to hit her. I got to go ahead and hit her in the gut, give her backhand, all that kind of shit. She gets knocked back, face bloody. Shit looks at him like, hell yeah, I like that shit. And cool, we good now. I'll decide if I'm with you after dinner. And she helps him up, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have dinner. Was there anything else with the mud wrestling you wanted to talk about before we move on?
The dinner happened too, right?
Well, that we're not there yet. There's more stuff that happened before dinner. We
went back to that a third time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. All right, fine. I'll wait.
So, this might also be one of my favorite parts of the episode, in an episode that I really don't like. But basically, Baylor tells Jace to quit being a little bitch, and somebody had to say it. Honestly, somebody had to tell Jace,
shut up,
to sit his ass down somewhere and quit being a little bitch.
You think you're the first person or the first son of a queen who fucked somebody that wasn't the king?
Yeah, you think you're the first person who, first noble or something whose parentage wasn't there, the Lord noble or whatever the fuck she said. Doesn't matter. Basically, get over yourself. You good.
Jace, these bastards are an insult to us Targaryens. Baela, you are one too, so shut the fuck up, pick it up, and stand up for your mom's crown.
Oh, she's taking it. Oh, she's taking it.
Was this from Charm School?
I have to imagine so, because it's VH1.
It's VH1, and it's I think that's Charm School. Oh man, those were some interesting days, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, Charm School.
I was
Real Chance of Love. I love New York.
Skimming through random things on the Olympics earlier today, and mostly women's beach volleyball, and I saw Flavor Flav at the Olympics just existing, and I was like, oh,
women's water polo is his shit.
I think that's what it was, because Zoe saw like the ball in the water, and she goes, I want to watch that. So I put on water polo, and I think it opened up, and there he was, all excited and shit. So
yeah, he loves women's water polo. He like donated to the team and all that kind of shit. Like he is into women's water polo for real. Like Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg at the Olympics is probably the best part of the Olympics.
And the Spanish beach volleyball team.
Oh wait, look.
I have not seen them, but I'll be sure to check that out. Do you have you got Peacock? Do you watch the Olympic highlights with Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson?
No, I've not yet.
You should check that out. It's funny.
All right.
It's a good time. It's a good way to kind of like, just get some updates on what was happening in the Olympics and all that kind of shit. It's by no means, journalistic or anything. So they're not covering everything, but they bring up the funny stuff, and it's a good time.
I went and watched Simone Biles do her shit, uneven bars, stuff like that, which the uneven bars pissed me off because there was no commentary. And honestly, watching the Olympics without commentary is awkward as fuck.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're
at home.
Yeah.
So like
it's one of those things you don't really know. You need somebody to kind of let you know what's happening. It's just outside of that, you just, she's doing a lot of flipping and shit. That's cool. I don't know what any of that means or what I should be looking for if nobody tells me.
Did you see the thing about the guy whose dong got in the way of him?
I did.
On the pole vault?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine not getting the gold because your dick's too big. It's just like that's unfortunate.
You know what? It's not though, because now the whole world knows how big your dick is. And honestly, that's probably worth more leaving the Olympics than the fucking gold medal is going to be.
It depends on where you live, sir.
Yeah, I saw someone said what he lost at the Olympics, he gained on OnlyFans.
He could start an OnlyFans now. He could 100% start an OnlyFans. That's not what he trained for at all.
And it's just videos of him walking around and his dick hitting shit.
Yeah,
in the way.
yeah. That's all. That's all it is. And honestly,
Just swinging it
quite
at
the living
stuff.
on that shit. Yeah, yeah. Somehow, like in a leotard, and it's still happening. You know, it's just.
Wow, that went really left turn.
That's what this episode is. It's just
a left turn.
No, it's just so not good that we'd rather talk about so much other shit.
This felt like that hour and a half drive or 2 hour, or not even like this felt like that 4 hour drive and like that one stretch of road that's like 90 miles, no turns. Is what this, you know how like when you're going on a road trip going on like the highway.
I know what you mean. It's just the way you started made it seem like you were going to talk about somewhere specific.
Yeah,
and,
like when you're like, it was like this hour and a half drive, this 2 hour drive, this 4 hour drive. I'm like, what 4 hour drive did you go on, Mara?
I was trying to
like 100%. We both okay. It's not just me. We both thought you were going to name something specific, and you never got there. So we were just like.
Yeah, no, I kept resetting the time because I was like, well, an hour and a half drive is not a bad drive.
It depends. Because here's something specific.
True.
Driving from, say, Pensacola, where my parents lived, and my sister lived and all them, to Orlando, or from Orlando to there, when I was living in Orlando, there's a stretch where you're on I-10. It is the most boring shit ever. And it's just like nothing for like 2 hours. The drive from, from point A to point B on that drive is about 7 hours. I tell people all the time, if somebody's riding with me, I will do the entire rest of the trip if somebody else does I-10 because fuck that.
Having to drive from Chicago through Southern Illinois and or across Indiana.
Southern Illinois is trash. I hate it. You're right.
It's literally just flat nothing everywhere.
Yeah. Not even trees. It's
not
just
even trees.
Yeah.
You might see a fucking windmill, like,
and every now and then a cornfield. But
I drove from New York to Indiana before, so I know that drive.
I feel like that's why they named it the Midwest, is because of that mid-ass span of driving in the middle of the country.
Oh man, back to House of the Dragon though, because this is what we're here to talk about.
And I got more memes to go through.
Yeah. Oh my god!
So Bailey yelled at Jace.
This episode. So we get back to dinner. We're at dinner now, Matt.
Yay!
Lannister singing, and old grown-up people, and then afterwards, she claps and all that kind of stuff for his subpar performance. But it's really just because she wants to use his dick to get something else. Not for her apparently, but
so when this scene happened,
me
and Kate were both like, "Oh, she wants to fuck Lannister."
I thought so too.
The belly dancer came out, and Kate goes, "No, she doesn't." And I'm like, because she grabbed him. Like, no, see, she still does. And then he turned and looked at her, or she turned and looked at him and said, "I want to have your babies because you proved that you're virile and blah blah blah. I want you to sleep with my wives." And he said, "How many are there?" And I looked at Kate and said, I might be crazy, but I never would have asked that question.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Exactly. Once you say, "I want you to fuck my wives," you just say, "Okay." And you just
starting when?
You want me to go now? Like it's like.
And Kate goes, "Well, that's because you're a pig." And I'm like, "No, that is not true. Listen, she offered her wives. I didn't go to her and say, I want to fuck your wives.
Exactly.
Then I would be a pig. She just said yes. And listen, if someone gives you free pizzas, you don't ask them how many free pizzas they're giving you. You just take the free fucking pizzas." Exactly. He goes, "I'm at least going to ask what's on them." And I'm like, "I'm not. It's free pizza."
Because
You don't like it, you don't take it.
It's funny, or you give it to somebody else. Like you do
Right.
something with it, but you just got free pizza. I tell people it's like the whole theory of bad pizza. Like bad pizza is still pizza. Like it's just like, you know what I mean? And Matt's laughing, but he you know what I mean. No, it's just like,
I've had pizza in Texas. I know exactly what you mean. Like bad pizza is still pizza.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I hated it so much. Like the food here, it's just like, what? I feel like it's because I was spoiled, Matt.
Probably
For 18 years. And then I moved other places. Like, why does all your food suck?
Mhm.
You know, like, don't get me wrong, Texas, good barbecue, good Mexican food. But so much shit I miss from Chicago. But anyway, like, Italian beef, pizza, all that shit. What you got, Mar?
Muddy, bloody, bruised, the butt of the joke, propositioned. Thailand is putting his 2 weeks in via Raven as we speak.
I don't belong here. I don't think I belong here.
Putting
No, see, that's the thing. I disagree. It worked out for him. Like, it's just like
he's leaving with an army of ships and got to fuck an undisclosed number of somebody's wives. With
I think
permission.
it worked out.
Well, I'm curious. Did he fuck them before the
I
end
was
of
wondering
this
that too.
episode
Once
when they
on the
were
ships,
leaving,
like,
or
did
is
he-
this afterwards? That's why I was saying, like, the better question that would ask is, when do we start? Is it
I
now
feel like
or
Miss
is it?
Lohan is smart enough to realize that there's a chance they might not return.
So he
and
had
that
at
she would
least
get the
one
fucking
before
done.
they left, is
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Mm.
But we'll see. It's another thing. We'll find out next season.
Matt's like, probably like, they got to start the whole season with him going to town on each of the
You want to
wives.
redeem this season? Start next season with him in a harem.
Just a
Reverse gangbang.
just a montage of him fucking all the different wives. Just
Tired as fuck.
Yeah, just
get
worn
happy.
out.
Like, fall asleep, death by snoo,
Yeah,
Because if they just allude to the fact that it happened and they don't show it to us, fuck this show. I'm not watching it anymore. You don't promise me sex with wives and then skip past the sex with wives. Listen, you guys have a whole however many years it's going to take for you to put. Hear me. Start doing shit.
Yeah.
Stop skipping the good shit.
So then we get a dinner with Team Black Dragon Riders. Ulf is still
oh god.
off. Rhaenyra checks him this time. He's like, yo, I need you to have some fucking respect at my table, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? What's up?
It's like, hold on, look.
Okay.
The other bastards looking at Ulf, embarrassed them, fuck up their opportunity.
Yeah, Adam the whole time was just like, bruh, you don't understand what my life was before. Like, I'm here by the grace of sea smoke. All right. Like, you do not understand.
By
where I
Lord
came
and
from to
Savior
get
Sea
here.
Smoke.
Like, look, if this all don't work out for you, sir, you are still white. All right. Like, I am fucked. I am a black bastard right now. Like, you don't understand. Yeah, Corliss is my father, but he don't claim us. He ain't shit. Hence my brother telling him about himself a little bit later on. But I need you to get your shit together. All right.
This is
Adam the whole
embarrassing.
time keeps trying to be like, I'm with you, my queen. I'm with you, your grace, all that kind of shit. Whatever you need, yada, yada, yada. Huge Hammer saying the same thing. Like, the whole thing is them two just trying to be like, yo, we with you. We know he ain't shit. He don't know no better. But, like, don't hate us because of him, ple's.
And
we here
Ulf's
for
out
you.
here like, I'll take Vagar on by myself. Y'all need a fucking sense of humor. Like,
She's like, yeah, Silverwing is fierce. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, she's also significantly smaller than Vagar, and he will chomp your ass up. Like,
did you guys? I know we're not there yet, but did you guys notice that when they were suiting up the bastards, the dragon seed, Ulf got the least amount of armor?
I didn't notice that, but that's not surprising one bit.
He probably
like
was
that
like,
was-
it's too confining.
Because Huge, like, huge hammer. Like they dropped the chainmail down for him, and then they were like buttoning up the chest armor on fucking Adam. And then we got to him, and it's literally just he's wearing leather and he's got a cape. And I'm like, they did not take care of you.
Standing there
And that's what the
posing
fuck
and
you
shit.
Yeah.
I
They
think
got
that
to
was I
him-
think that was a him thing more so than them not giving him armor. I think he was just trying to style on niggas and not trying to really like
Yeah.
be ready.
He's probably like on this high of like, I stumbled into Silver Wings area and she chose me or whatever. So he's like, I think he's like on that kind of high. But when he was talking all that shit to Jace again, Twitter was like, I would have killed in that room and told my mom, find a new dragon rider. Ain't no motherfucker who just got a dragon gonna try and punk me, and I'm the future king.
Yeah, you ain't gonna come in my house and disrespect me like that. Like it's just like, bruh, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Like we gotta throw hands after this. It's just that simple. Like I may not have to kill you, but we at least gotta fight. Like, got to.
With swords.
But she lets them know, like, yo, we going out to Old Town, Lannisport, we gonna fuck they shit up. So I need y'all to be ready in 2 days, and we gonna do this shit. And they're like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, 2 days, and we riding. So I suggest y'all get to work. And you know, of course, Adam's like, yeah, I got this shit. I'm in. Question from the Creation World Committee. Matt Ritter, what do you have to say?
We skipped a part.
What part?
We skipped everything with Damon and the tree.
We didn't get there yet.
Yeah, because this is the point where the dude comes in when they're having the meeting, and he's
yes, and we haven't talked about that him bringing the shit yet. Patience, sir. He brings them the note after this conversation.
I thought it was during this conversation at the end of it.
Yes, but we still talking about the conversation, sir. Hold on.
But okay.
So he gets, she gets word from, Simon Strong, something's amiss down at Harrenhal. And she turns back and she's like, hey, some shit's going down. Adam, I need you to come with me, and we going down to Harrenhal. And which Jace is like, why you taking Adam? He ain't say it out loud, but he's like, why you taking Adam? I'm like, because fuck you. That's why, Jace. You sit your ass down somewhere and get your shit together.
Someone said, I saw somewhere, Jace has eldest daughter syndrome. And that's someone who has suffered from it. I get it.
So then we go down to Harrenhal, Matthew.
Well, I thought Day Day had all this because I thought they went to Harrenhal after they got the note. So I thought Day Day's shit had already
They
happened
haven't gotten to Harrenhal
before they got the note.
yet. They got the note. Wait, what are you saying?
I thought in the order of events that Day Day had his witch's tree dream and shit before the note had arrived at the meeting in the order of events of the story. That's how I remembered it, because I thought they got the note and then we did something non-Harrenhal related, and then like she showed up at the doorstep. I thought all the Day Day stuff had been situated.
No. So now we go down to Harrenhal. And Witch Lady is just sitting on Day Day's bed. A little pull on the covers and shit, and he's like, what the fuck? You hear? And she was like, I'm going to the God's Wood. She been crying, and it's just like, why are you crying? We don't ever find out exactly why she crying, but all right.
Why is Thor crying?
Kate thought she was a ghost. She's like, I think this bitch is a ghost. I'm like, maybe.
Other people know who she is and they've seen her, so it's just like it's not really I don't know, but she takes him out to the God's Wood. He touches the heart tree. The heart tree bleeds all over him, and he gets flashes of the future. He sees basically a montage of all of Game of Thrones, and he's like, I know now.
Here's fucking Targaryen. Yeah. I am fucking crying and screaming right now.
Oh, everyone was going off about this. And it's funny because it just shows that this whole family just really just doesn't know know what they're talking about sometimes, because I took this when he was having his little acid trip with the blood and stuff. I was just like, okay, we see the back of Daenerys. Well, what we know will be Daenerys come Game of Thrones era, and then
that's Ray.
and then it flashes to Rhaenyra, and I was just like, just everyone just misinterpreting everything how they see fit.
But yeah, he sees like I said, he sees all that. He sees Rhaenyra sitting on the throne. Then he sees Helena behind him talking to him. She tells him some shit.
While also standing in King's Landing on a balcony, talking to him through magic.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in just a second. Just want to point out the note that she got came from Simon and all that kind of stuff. We mentioned that Simon saw that when he was, that nigga was being
shady.
Yeah. But yeah, so Helena's like infiltrating his, his tree vision and shit. And I don't know if Helena's supposed to be like, connected to the whole thing like Bran was and all that kind of shit. That might be what's happening, but I don't know.
We were debating because she's like, oh, maybe Daemon's going to be the three-eyed raven before. I'm like, the way they made it seem was like Bran was and always will be the three-eyed raven, which is a weird thing to think about.
But I don't think that's what it is, because there was another three-eyed raven that he met at that point. So it was just
but that was also him.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. The old man in the tree was future Bran.
Says who?
Said the show.
I don't think so, Matt.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I'll Google it. You keep talking.
I'm already doing it. All right, the old guy. Well, keep talking. I don't know.
What old guy?
Well, I googled Game of Thrones three-eyed raven.
Oh, I thought you were looking for memes. Okay, my bad.
No, I was like, no, keep going. I'm trying to do research.
So yeah, Helena the whole time, like I said, she was talking to him in his dream and all that kind of shit. And Aemon approaches her while this is happening, and keeps coming back at her like, "Yo, I need you to get on Dreamfire. Like we gotta do this shit." He's a little more amenable right now, but he's not really, he's still Aemon. So fuck that nigga. And she kind of says that. She also tells him she knows that he burned Aegon, and he was like, "That's a lie." Blah blah. Like, no, I synced it. Yes, Matthew.
So it remains a mystery. We don't really know who the three-eyed raven was. Maybe that was just my interpretation, but they do say that the books suggest it was Brynden Rivers, a Targaryen bastard. And this show, or House of Dragon, I'm assuming they're talking about the books, maybe, I don't know, provides evidence that the Targaryens knew of the White Walker threat and sent him to the wall as a defense. So maybe.
Perhaps. So yeah.
This guy, that's Brynden Rivers.
Okay. But I really didn't feel like that was supposed to be Bran, but okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. He's a green seer, though.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, she tells him like, "Yo, I saw you burn him. I saw you watch him fall. All that kind of shit." And he keeps trying to talk to her. She's like, "I could have you killed," and she was like, "Not gonna change nothing. So go ahead." Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
she also said Aegon will be king again.
Yeah.
On a wooden chair.
I don't think that was literal, but yeah.
Okay.
Talking about a wooden throne. I think she may have been referring to something. I think it might have been referring to what's happening now with him being in that carriage and shit. So,
or maybe he gets a wheelchair made out of wood and he's a king on a wooden throne.
Maybe. Even after Helena pulled out receipts and told him he wasted his time because he's been a die.
Stressed. I'm sure Aemond is stressed.
Yeah. Basically told him, you ain't shit, ain't never been shit, and ain't gonna be shit.
She said he gets swallowed up.
Yeah.
To never be seen again.
Mm-hmm. He gonna cry in the car.
The whole way home.
Yeah. So then we get Ray and Adam pulling up to Harren Hall. Adam just kind of stays up in the air, circling and shit, just like, yo, it's another dragon up here just in case, But you go on in there. She walks in the Harren Hall, steps through, walks into this room with all the different soldiers and all that kind of shit. Cyrax comes in and kind of perches up high, like, yep, I'm watching y'all, Don't none of y'all step out of line. There's going to be a problem. She looking for Day. He steps forward and, says a lot of shit. Kind of make you think, will he, won't he, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, he says, I'm with you, and bends the knee. And in doing so, everybody else in the room bends the knee. And I'm very, very upset that he didn't out Sir Alfred and chop his head off. Because what the fuck?
I agree. Because Alfred looked scared as fuck. And
He did. And I'm like, why didn't we end this nigga right here?
This is the time for Daemon to be Daemon.
Exactly.
You bend the knee, you get everyone riled up, and you immediately turn around and say, oh, by the way, this little bastard.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those things, though, that they still need his, his lands and his people and all that kind of shit, so they can't just out and kill him like that. But it's one of those where it's just like, Daemon don't think that far ahead, and I wanted him to just do it. I was really hoping that would happen.
Nope. He'll get his comeuppance.
I hope so.
But when he was talking to Rhaenyra about that he saw like dream and such.
Winter is coming.
Yeah, when he said winter is coming, I found, baby, if your man is acting up, send him to Alice Rivers. She'll set him straight. But yeah.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Nope. Because she did exactly that.
Mm-hmm. So, let's talk about Corlys and his kids. All right. Corlys goes and talks to Alan, like, yo, this is what we doing, yada, yada, yada. Tries to tell him some stuff like, yo, the men think, you're standoffish and all that kind of shit. And like, I'll do better. And just walks away. Like, I'm trying to help you. And Alan stops, turns around, and was like, you got a lot of goddamn nerve. And basically tell him about himself. And he tries, Corlys tries to tell him, you need to calm down. No. You ain't gonna do this now. You came to me. You gonna hear what I got to say. And after all that, he's like, yep, I don't want no help from you. I'll do my job. I'll do what I'm supposed to do. But you leave me the fuck alone.
And hopefully survive this shit.
Yeah.
Alan cussed Corlys clean out for being a deadbeat dad, and honestly, he deserved it.
Yeah, man. So then, after that, some other shit. We get the whole montage of shit. Rhaena finds the dragon. She sees him flying in the distance and all that shit. Before the whole thing happens, when she actually finds the dragon, though, we got Ray. She's talking to Spy Lady about some shit, and just this is not what my father wanted, and yeah, this is not what my father wanted, really. And she was like, yeah, but he left you no choice. It's kind of the world you're in right now. In order to maintain, achieve peace, go have to, kill some niggas.
Well, the bastards brought that point up when she's like, we're gonna have to go wreck some shit. The bastards were like, so innocent people? She's like, we gotta do what we gotta do. But then she had second thoughts talking to Mysaria.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. She couldn't really show that with them because I don't think she really wanted to do it when she said it to the dragon seeds. It's just like, I know this is what I gotta do. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't think she also probably fully doesn't trust them. She don't know them. Like, these are just people who came out of nowhere. I'm sure things that Jace has said to her is also probably sticking with her a little bit. Like, what if one of these motherfuckers try to one up us and stake a claim? Like, you're opening the door to that. So,
and then Rhaenyra's asleep. She's not asleep, but she in bed. She's just like, all right, I'm going to bed. She in there, all snuggled in and shit. She tucked herself in and all that. And she gets a knock on the door. She's like, fuck you on, I'm in bed. Kingsguard comes in like, yo, you gotta come with me. And she's like, oh, what the fuck? Go down. And it's fucking Allison.
I needed to see you.
And I'm just like, as this happened, I look like, no, what the fuck do you want? Like, it's just like, I know she probably wasn't thinking that. Rhaenyra wasn't thinking that, but in my head, I'm just like, what the fuck do you want?
And also, how long ago did Allison leave King's Landing? Because when Rhaenyra went over there, she was gone a couple of days or a few days or so. And it's just like, I feel like we just saw Allison doing stuff and then she was like, I'm out.
I think sneaking into King's Landing is significantly harder than getting on the Dragonstone, because once Allison got to Dragonstone, she wasn't really sneaking anymore. Rhaenyra, like, she had to get to King's Landing and then had to, actually sneak in and all that kind of stuff. So that might have taken longer, is my only idea as to why it may have been longer, but I don't know.
But to a degree, like, I think when she was leaving, I think that was already after Aemond was like, yeah, nah, no one's leaving without inspection first. So I was just,
I mean, she had already left once before too, so she was just out in the woods. Like, it's just.
And she had the Maester's help. She went to the Maester and was like, hey, bro, I need to get the fuck out of here, and I need your help
now.
Yeah. Basically, it was like, all right, look, Aemon's about to go and do some shit, so he's gonna be gone. Helena's gonna be left in charge. If you come, I'll just be like, here, you can have the shit.
Take the keys.
Like, Helena don't want it anyway. I don't want it. Just take the shit. He's
Spare.
And
what about Aegon?
Yeah. But before all that, though, they did this whole back and forth thing of blaming each other for everything. And it's just like that typical thing you do where you still have disagreements. You're trying to, like, still be right. And it's like, yo, we don't have time for this, y'all. Like, why are we doing this?
There was a brief moment when she had said she had taken up a lover, and that tickled Rhaenyra funny.
It did. And the funny thing about it was, to me, I'm like, huh, the same one, and y'all still don't really know. Anyway.
The incorruptible queen sullies herself with a lover. You alone made virtue your banner. Someone says she did a disgusted, tired groan. Go then, leave us behind, as you say. Said, oh, Rhaenyra, you gagged Allison bad.
Yeah. Because that whole time she was just like, she asked her multiple times, why are you here? Like, and she went on to say some other shit. And I'm like, you still didn't answer the fucking question. Like, yo, why are you here?
Like, there's no reason for you to be here.
And then she was like, well, we're going to leave. I'm like, but why are you here? Like, you could have just left. You didn't have to come here.
So while Allison admits she was wrong, she thinks she can escape to the countryside with her girls. Like, she didn't set this whole thing in motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what she thinks.
She was just like, I was thinking, give it like a couple of days and then, just casually fly over, make a little scene, don't do too much. But, Aemon won't be here, and we'll just give you the keys.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just,
I'll just leave. I'll just fuck off.
Me and Helena we'll just go somewhere else. And Aegon too. And she was like, absolutely not.
That's the thing. Like, I was talking about this earlier with Amani. I'm like, Rhaenyra's right. Like, she's not safe as long as Aegon is still alive.
Yeah.
Like, she has to
'Cause
end that
there's-
shit. It's just like the flip side is true as well. Like, Aegon's not safe as long as Rhaenyra is still alive.
Mhm.
One of
And
them
he-
has to go.
And unfortunately, he is weaker. Well, unfortunately for Aegon, he is the weaker one of the two physically.
And he might get killed by fucking Aemon. So
Well, I was gonna say when
He might
Rhaenyra-
die just being on this whatever that vehicle he was in to get out.
when Rhaenyra was like, "What do you think? A son for a son?" I really thought Alicent was gonna be like, "Will you take Aemon?"
Me too.
Because that's actually an equivalent son.
Yeah, it's the one that
Aegon's her
killed your
oldest.
son. Yeah.
So we take the second one, like we killed your second one. You can kill my second one. It's
And he
fair
did
thing.
the shits. Like he's the one that did it. So
I low
exactly.
key-
And he the one that did it. We really don't like that nigga anyway. You go ahead and do it. Like,
I low-key thought she was gonna trade him up because like the look on her face, like she was just like, oh my god, she's gonna kill Aegon. And it was just like when she said son for a son and she sat there and it just seemed like she was thinking about what she was doing. I was just like, oh my god, is she gonna say take Aemon? Because like I'm just thinking of like her thought process is like going over like the last however much time has elapsed. Like she's probably just going over the last few events that have happened and just thinking how many of those things are connected to Aemon. Because when Aemon pretty much released her from the council last week, she started to really realize, she's like, oh my god, the worst one of the bunch is right now in charge.
yeah, it's one of those things she probably was thinking, like, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Aegon's a little shit. Aemon's actually like for real dangerous.
And to be frank, I feel like Aegon is probably one mild inconvenience away from taking himself off of off of the playing board, because basically the amount that he kept focusing on his cock not being there anymore, I was just like, this man's gonna try.
I mean, to be fair, Mari, you've never had a dick, so you don't know.
I know, I get it. I don't get it, but like I understand it, which is why I'm just like I could more see him taken the same way that Tommen went out in Game of Thrones, just like
fuck it.
Yeah, like I have nothing else to live for. Like, because when Larys was trying to be like, I mean, we could do very good for
but
a
see,
while.
in Aegon's eyes, he's also still thinking, like this is how his brain works. He's looking at Larys like, do you understand how much pussy I used to get? Like,
yeah,
you realize that now equals 0,
and I'm pissing down my own leg.
Like, what?
Right? Larys kept trying to find the brighter side of it, and he just kept adding worse to it. But yeah, so I felt like she was gonna give up Aemon because she's just like, so many of my troubles would be gone.
Should have done
if Aemon goes. And honestly, I would have said it.
It's all fair.
Aemon gotta go.
Yeah. So she ends up like saying, all right, well, we'll do that. Get the fuck out of my house. And she leaves. She hasn't left Dragonstone yet, because now we get this whole montage. We get Rhaena actually finding that dragon who was eating the sheep. And nothing happens.
Being his sheep steely self.
Yeah, folks
It's
gearing
the
up.
nothing happens montage. It's preparing for everything that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but we get some information in this montage. Otto was locked up somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody got him locked up. I don't know who it is or why, but Otto.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
Alicent?
Larys.
You
Probably.
think it's Larys?
Listen, Aemon came to Larys, and Larys was sucking Aemon's dick, and he was like, yeah, why don't you, I would never assume to be your hand, but I appreciate it. He's like, no, I don't fucking want you. Go get my granddad. Well, he went and got him all right. Laris's whole goal is to be Hand of the King.
Yeah.
He is doing everything. I guarantee you Laris is the one that's got that man locked up because he's like, we ain't finding the Hand of the King. I will lock up everybody until I'm your only option left.
Yeah. And I'll say, I don't know. Either that whole thing isn't in the books or I just don't remember it. But this is one of those things I actually don't know the answer to. But yeah, somebody got him locked up. It's one of those many things that we'll find out next season. But that was the end of the fucking episode.
I'm sorry.
Do y'all have a hot D moment of the week?
Yeah, the hot D. We
The
talked
hot
about
D?
it.
Yeah, me too.
Finding out the D exploded. No, my hot D moment of the week is Lannister getting offered the harem of wives.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm happy I got to see what their rendition of Sheep Stealer will look like. But I just noticed we didn't get to see the other son.
Oh, yeah, Allison's other kid.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that he would. It was funny because I even offered Luna if she wanted to sit down and watch the episode with me if she promised to be quiet. And she ended up just doing like something else instead. But I was just like, she was just like, is it about dragons? And I was like, no, but like, I mean, yes, but there are dragons in it and they're really cool looking. And I was like, and this is the finale. So there's probably going to be all this crazy stuff happening. I'm happy she went and did her own thing because she would have just looked at me and like, you're a liar.
You can't promise a kid dragons and not deliver the dragons. I get it. I 100% get it. And I'm glad that she didn't see her promise broken, you know?
Mm-hmm. I did want to show you this one TikTok, and then I'm done with the memes.
What was your actual hot D moment? Was it the dragon? Or
Yeah, Sheep Stealer.
Okay.
Before we closed out, or after we do the ratings, though.
Well, I still need to know who's winning.
And we gotta rate it.
Yeah.
Thailand. Thailand is winning.
That feels like a win.
That felt like a big win.
Pending or has already happened win. I'll just say it's a win.
That's definitely it. Close second for me, though, would be Allen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got to stand up to deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm.
Just out here flaunting your real son and your furs and shit while I'm waking up every morning selling fish on the corner.
Getting you out here buying your sweet meats and all that shit.
Kate looked at me, she goes, "What's sweet meat?" And I'm like, I could show you.
That was actually something. Amani looked it up. It's basically just desserts. It's not actual meat. It's just yeah. It's just desserts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't his dick.
In this household, that would have been a dick joke.
It was a dick joke in my house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was a dick joke here too. It's just she wanted to know what it actually was. Like, I mean, honestly, at this panel of 3 people, it was a dick joke everywhere. Like we know this. Like,
okay. Yeah, I concur. 2.5 stars.
well, hold on.
2.5 dragons.
Oh, hold on. Who's losing? And you're supposed to pull up the TikTok before we rate it.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you to pull up the TikTok. We were just killing time till you got the TikTok up.
Oh, I have it.
Okay. Well, tell me who's losing and then pull up the TikTok.
Who's losing?
Aegon.
Aemond.
Aemond has one eye, but he still has the dick.
I mean, Aegon's been missing his dick for a while. It's just that we
Yeah.
now found
We
out.
didn't know that. Listen, this is new information. He is losing now and retroactively.
I do also recall last week, I believe we were questioning the status of
Aegon's dick?
no.
I
His
thought
dragon.
that's what she was gonna say too.
No, his dragon.
Yeah, no, we
His-
did. I
his
said
dragon.
that Stunfire was dead, and Travis was like, well, we don't know that yet. We did.
Now we
hadn't been
know.
confirmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aegon
He
did
lost his
confirm
dick
that.
and his dragon.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
losing.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
he definitely
you
can't unleash the dragon in
you
either
see-
way. You're right. You're
do
right.
you see what I'm saying? Like that man is gonna
I'm glad you
Tommen.
appreciated that one, Matt. Nobody else did.
He's gonna Tommen his way out of this life in this realm. Because what are you living for? Because clearly you're not gonna be taken seriously as king. But
Have you
Yeah.
heard the story of how he made the thong song?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did. And honestly, makes sense. It 100% makes sense considering the lyrics of the song. Like, oh, okay.
That thong, the thong, the thong.
Like, yeah, I bet you won't do that shit. I bet I will. And then, yeah. That's how I would make a song.
the only reason I was waiting to do the TikTok because it wasn't pertaining specifically to this episode. It's really just pertaining to the show overall.
How you rating this episode then?
2.5 dragons. Because I feel like that's all I saw,
What about
If
you,
we're-
Matt?
being honest.
I'm not even giving it the half. I'm giving it 2 dragons, and both dragons are for Essos.
See, that's interesting. This is a first because y'all are both higher than me. Because I started off thinking 2 dragons. Like when I first finished the episode, and the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. And now it's 1 dragon. Like that's how I feel. But
We
Yeah.
had a lot of fun talking about Aemon Aegon not having a dick, and the Lannister orgy of Lindsay Lohan's great grandmother's wives. So, like, for that, it gets a bonus dragon for me. Like,
I'll say
So you're
average it out to
giving
2
it
dragons.
3?
We'll put it at 2
No,
dragons. No. He was at 1, and that brought it up to 2 dragons.
that brought it up to 2. I
know
told
where
you,
was-
I
know where he was at.
retroactively graded every episode 2 dragons except for 2 of them. So,
Yeah. So I guess we'll put this one at 2 dragons then if we're kind of averaging them out a little bit and all of that. Blah. What you got, Mara? Let's see it.
Okay.
And we'll end it with that before I close this out.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a cute little funny laugh.
this season.
Call House of Dragon characters. Queen Karen of the Pygmies. Only Feats. Crazy Uncle Day Day. King Slytherin. Krusty Cole.
Hey,
Sir
you will not
Encelot,
disparage
Clout
Slytherins like that,
Chaser,
sir.
Broke Nigga. Zoolander. Bela Badass. Auntie Niece, the Truth Sayer. Baby Trump. Great Value Joffrey. Queen Ray Ray. The only one on Team Green I want to see live. Queen Neuro Spicy. CEO of the City Girls. Babysitter. Unk. King Raisin. King Petty. The Salt of Driftmark. Twin. The twin I don't like. Sea Smoke. The Last Black Dragon. Sassy Counselor. Broke Ass Blacksmith. Cousin Lenor. Jerry Curl. And the only man Rhaenyra ever loved. Dragon Food. Cousin Lena, the Dragon Rider Princess, also known as Daemon's placeholder wife, the Witch of the Woods. But who did I miss? Let me know down in the comment sections what your nicknames are for House of Dragon characters.
Okay.
I like
just-
those.
Yeah.
However, we do now know that it is Huge Hammer.
Yeah. Huge hammer. That is his name.
I appreciated dragon food though. I really appreciated dragon food. That was good.
Oh man, that's gonna be it for this episode of Hashtag Them Dragons, and the last episode of Hashtag Them Dragons for a couple years, I guess. Until
Is it really going to be 2 years?
that's what they.
Which
that's
is
what
why
the
this
people are saying
ending
in
is
2026.
that much more egregious.
They needed to be already filming on location today.
They needed to be filming on location before this season dropped.
I mean, you gotta fucking Warner Brothers, man. Like that's really like you
break.
gotta remember.
No
this is what we're dealing with. Like it's. We got to end it here because that's what it is. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all joining us all season long. Talking them dragons, that hot D. This will be it. Don't forget, if you're watching us later on, you can watch us live while we do all our shit. You can watch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/creationworld. You can subscribe there. You can actually do it for free if you got Amazon Prime, because you've got Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming. So what you do is you take your Amazon Prime account, take your Twitch account, put them together, fusion, you put those together, and you get Prime Gaming, free sub every month. We'd appreciate you throwing that this way. Thank you very much. Also, you can watch us on YouTube at youtube.com/creationworld. You can actually subscribe there for free. You don't have to do nothing extra. No Prime account, nothing. Just hit the subscribe button right there. Just boom, subscribe. And right next to that subscribe button is a bell. And hanging from that bell is a little bean. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to flick that bean. You do that, you get notified every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good shit. We kind of change the way we're doing stuff here, so you'll get more notifications, more videos, more updates, all that kind of stuff. So you want to be ready for them. Also, if you want to support us financially, the best way to do that is on Patreon at patreon.com/creationworld. You do that, you get extra shit. Things like Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter. We're going through old WCW stuff. We actually just finished Starrcade 1998, and we're heading into January 1999, the beginning of 1999, which means we're going to be talking Finger Poke of Doom. Now, did I do this whole show just so I can talk about the Finger Poke of Doom with Matt? I will not confirm nor deny this, but we can talk about the Finger Poke of Doom next month. So get ready for that. Also, Multiverse, myself and Mara the Shark Watkins, where we are talking animated comic book movies. We just did Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. How do we feel about that in comparison to Part 1? Watch and find out. Do we like it more? Do we like it less? You won't know until you watch the damn show. Also, you got If You Have to Ask with the Warden Matt Ritter and Kate Smith Ritter. She knows about Smith Ritter, right? That's the thing.
Nope.
Just Kate Ritter.
Just Kate Ritter.
My bad. Sorry.
She does Smith Ritter on socials just so people are not
I'm like, I feel like I'm not making that up. Okay.
No.
Tell them about If You Have to Ask, man.
Legally, she is Kate Ritter, and she's my wife, and she is fantastic, and this was all her idea. It's an Am I the Asshole podcast where we go on Reddit, we find Am I the Asshole posts, and then read them, and basically, if you have to ask, you're probably the asshole. That's generally how things come out. We got guests. Mara's been on. Katie's been on. Danny, my wife's best friend, has been on. Like, we do our thing. It's a good time, and it's fun, and you get a little bit about our marriage and our personal lives on top of mostly stories about how I'm a hoe or I was a hoe prior to. So.
Who's a hoe?
Oh my gosh.
Ho!
Who's a hoe? I said that you's a hoe.
Ho!
Luda's a national.
That's the show.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for Patreon. You can also go to creationworld.com, get links to everything we do, everything we post, all that good shit, audio files, video on demand, all that shit right there at creationworld.com. You can follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creation World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. And while you're there, join the Facebook group for this podcast, facebook.com/group/DemDragons. It is the official Facebook group for this podcast. Join the conversation, share your memes, all that good stuff. It is a great fucking time. Also, there's another Facebook group you can join if you're a wrestling fan. That is facebook.com/group/SmackingItRaw. Matt, tell them about that one.
It is a wrestling Facebook group without all of the drama and the bullshit that you find in the IWC everywhere else on social media. You can come talk pay-per-views, talk shows, talk news, talk rumors without any of the extra bullshit, because if there is extra bullshit, me and Travis get rid of it. So it's just chill. Come chill with us and have a good time talking something you love.
Yay.
The IWC is the internet wrestling community, for those of you who don't know what that means. But yeah, appreciate you.
I feel like if they're going to go in the group, they know what that means.
But if they're new to wrestling, they might not. So,
That's true. That's fair.
Well, be as informative as possible. Educate.
We are very inclusive.
Exactly. You can follow me on all the socials at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Same places at Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK.
Did you forget how to spell shark?
Nope. I was just catching my breath for a second.
Gotcha. So, Mike, it's also right there in front of you if you got how to spell your shit. Oh, where can they find you, Matt?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That's at MATTRIDDER. It's right there. For your wrestling content at Getting Off, for your horror content, speaking of Getting Off, earlier today we recorded the latest episode of Getting Off. KD Horror Showcase 5 is out. We talked the latest news and rumors, watched some trailers, and Katie saw Pet Cemetery for the very first time. So come find out if she liked it, how she felt about it, and what we spit or swallow from that movie.
Tell her I'm sorry.
Also, you guys can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Smacking It Raw.
I think that's it.
Yes.
We can end hashtag them dragons here on this sour note of a finale. They owe us an apology, and I'll be waiting for it. But until then, we out.
Bye.